We are in week 3 of hashtag Carrie's prompts, which landed us in Albuquerque with a flood of oranges, reds, and some really fond memories. Now Mixed Media has allowed us to bring you along on our trip.
Hello, this is Patricia, the P.
And I am Mariah, the M. Together we are
PM Artist Studio.
Please like and share this. We so appreciate it. Now let's get started. Orange, red, and a favorite memory. Flowers and a bit of print. Transcended our shared memory of a trip we took to Albuquerque, New Mexico, land of enchantment. I had to get that in there.
I love that.
Wasn't that pretty good?
That was
like,
really, that's most excellent. Yes. Land of enchantment it is.
So this was a really, as I said, it's a fond memory that P and I share because when she was still teaching, she would have her spring breaks and this was our very first trip. And so with Carrie's prompts, I was like, as soon as the orange and the red came, when she rolled the dice, that was like the first thing that came to mind. And the memory, because it was, so the prompts, You saw the list there. And plus I just kind of recapped that. So it was like this, it all just aligned for me. And so when I brought the information to P, the prompts, then I said, can you pull together some stuff that's very Albuquerque-y? And look at that, she even had a newspaper. Well, it was from Amarillo. That was the area, so. And the funny thing is it had some weather there about it snowing. And on our trip back, when I was sleeping in the back of the car.
Indisposed.
Because we partied pretty hard. And that gets into some of our other little memories and our pieces that we pulled here. The flower really was just, it's a New Mexico flower. It's a Calais cactus, I think is how it is. Claret.
No, claret is the color.
Okay, is that how you say it? Claret?
Claret.
I don't know. I felt that was very Texan.
Oh, it probably.
Claret.
If you're French, you say claret.
Claret, yeah, that's what.
I don't know. I think.
Okay, now here we actually get into some art.
Yeah. Spray.
Some of our new, and it is Lindy's. We've been saying
There's
Lindsay's.
no S. Only the S is on the end, not before the Y.
Right. Sprays, which just came in the mail the other day because Mr. Huey's are getting that little Mr. Huey's right there is about gone. And that's the food coloring spray that I got from the 99-cent bin. Hey, they work. I don't know how color fast it is or what the longevity of it is, but
I don't either. Since that's not an issue when you put it in your stomach.
Yeah. We'll see. And now here we have, one of the flowers was taken over by Izzy, of course. And then I confiscated it back. It needed a bit of repair. So I was cutting it up anyway. You'll see that here coming up. And then I found online the cool wall that, and Mom was like, Burke.
What does that mean?
I was like, well, I don't think they wanted to make it bigger on the wall, so they just did the end. They, made it all short, like.
Yeah, I don't know that at all, and I've never ever seen that.
I think it's a new thing. The old ones were, I think it's a wall downtown or something. We didn't see that. Well, maybe we did, but
we didn't remember it.
We didn't remember that. That's not what we remember from the trip.
Well, we weren't doing journal pages back in those days either.
No. Although I do wish we could have kept some of our stuff.
Remember the walls in Seattle? Those would have made marvelous.
Well, if we get another memory one, because that was another one of our trips.
Well, and we have photos. I just don't know where they are.
Yeah, they aren't digital, so, have to dig out the box. That gets hard. Anyway, so this was some of P's gel prints that she scanned in and printed. So that way we could tear it up. Because for these smaller pages, it just seems, sometimes we'll use the original, but
And the problem with that one is it was going the wrong way. Anyway.
Yeah, the scale was way wrong.
Yeah.
We do end up using it. I ended up taking it downstairs and putting it in the box and taking a picture of it. So there's two ways of creating kind of digitals of your own artwork. Like P scans it in and just kind of makes a copy, right? Isn't that how you do it?
I just printed. Well, I do adjust the color on some of them because a lot of those, like the tinfoil, the piece of tinfoil that I photographed.
Oh, there was some art from Izzy. And Chocola markers. I'm telling you, these things are. I have just been using these like crazy. I love them. They blend with one another very nicely. You can see right there. I like blopping some of it out and then just kind of
Smushing it around.
Yeah. And I mean, they just work really well. I mean, you can't beat the price. Just tell you that. You can't beat the price. So I tried to use some color pencil. The color pencil I really wanted was one of those terrible, like, just came in one of those kids' kits. And they're terrible. They have great colors, but they are terrible color pencils.
I swear, I'm going to take them all out and throw them away.
Yeah, because they're just...
You grab one and you're
like, that's the color I want.
Yeah.
So, hey, if you're feeling inspired, let us know in the comments below. That is really helpful. I mean, really, we just... If you want to just tell us hi, that would be awesome, too. We want to know that you're watching. Give us a thumbs up. We like that, too. Hey, this, that little washi tape there, I thought it fit perfectly. So we had curried lamb. And that was kind of representing our trip to the Indian restaurant where they were very rude to us. Remember that? That guy was just...
It was just like, I didn't tip him either.
No, he was mean. He was not friendly at all.
I don't think he really wanted to be there.
He certainly didn't want us there.
The food was delightful.
Oh, it was fantastic. And our whole hotel room smelled like curried lamb because our refrigerator wasn't working. So we just kept it by the window. Remember that? It was cold.
It was cold. It was cold.
Thus the snow at the end of the trip. Even though this was springtime.
What did we put on there for corned beef and cabbage? Because this was during...
You wrote out your list.
Oh, yes, so it's on my list.
Yeah, there's a little tuck list. All right, and you may be asking, all right, why is the Camel cigarette thing there? And what's really funny is this may actually even be some of the packaging from some of the cigarettes that we had while we were on that trip.
Yes, we both still smoked at that stage.
Yes, this was a very long time ago. So
very long time ago.
You know, if you want to give us a hard time in the comments, sure, do it. Love it. We'll take it. But we no longer smoke anymore. But I did keep all of these were really cool tins, and I have quite a few of them because I loved these cigarettes because they were kind of flavorful. And
oh, I did too. In fact, I think I smoked the last one.
I should have written that somewhere in there that don't leave your fancy last cigarette with your mom. She'll smoke it.
Because she's drinking. What was I drinking?
I don't even remember.
Jaeger.
Oh, God.
And water. Every shot of Jaeger, and I had to drink a whole bottle of water.
Was that at Stella Blues?
That was at Stella Blue.
I don't
even know if it's still there, but it's a really
You're
wonderful.
in Albuquerque. And then one of the other little things that I had, which was sent in some happy mail from our Beans and Toast friends on Instagram, was that little piece there that was from a dictionary, and it was beer. And certainly had plenty of beer there too, not only with the Jaeger and whatnot, but they had a filling station. I don't know if it's still there, but they had turned the old Phillips 66 gas station into a cool little bar thing. Remember they had the roll up?
Oh yes,
and that's
they had
where we had the fruit
outdoor.
Yeah, the fruit basket beer, which was like a cider and a something else mix.
Yes, I'm surprised I wasn't
so
deathly ill.
Yeah, and the orange and red color theme. I mean,
that's just quintessentially.
Now we did not
Albuquerque,
take that.
New Mexico.
We did not take that photograph. We just found that photograph because we were being lazy and can't find our photographs.
We have them somewhere. We have a really cute photograph with our hat on. And...
I know, the red hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll find it, and I'll stick it in a little pocket. So this is the shrunk down piece of the scanned in
gel plate.
Yeah, the gel plate from Mom, from P, and my Camel cigarette pack thing, and I'm going to turn that into a little pocket. And again, just doing the cool little edge thing and blending it in. It adds a little pop. I mean, you can see right there with the top piece that we put on the journal page, that little bit of extra color just kind of makes it have some depth there. You kind of go, oh, well, is it,
Yeah, I worked on it some, but mostly I just did the turquoise.
Well, yeah, and she did a little bit of colored pencil here and there throughout on like the main part of it, and then I do the edge work.
Because that is one thing when you're doing your prints, your copies off of the copy.
It fades it out, and
it's just not quite as vibrant, and you will need to
pump it back up.
Bump it up.
The other thing that kind of bumps it up, we have noticed, is when you that distress glaze stuff works, the Tim Holtz distress glaze. Be careful with that, though. That needs to be the last thing that you do, because glue will not even stick to that. I mean, I have a project that I know that for a fact. It was like, why is the glue not sticking? Oh, yeah. I had put that finish, the glaze on it.
Yeah.
Or you can, Mod Podge, which we're always huge fans of the Mod Podge. We should even come in and probably Mod Podge some of this. I think the colors will be...
Well, there's not any alcohol ink there that I'm aware of. That's a big thing.
Yeah, that's the main time we, for sure...
You really do want to.
Hey, I fussed around with this flower for a while. And that's when you told me, yeah, we need to slide it in. Because I didn't want to lose any of the potted plants over there. Because that is like, a little alleyway downtown in that historic district. That was pretty good. Yeah, pretty good time. Great shopping. They're a little proud of their stuff down there, though. It's kind of a touristy.
Yeah, go to the flea market if you want good deals. We got a fabulous Indian... Oh, I don't know what they call those blankets where they put little mirrors on and embroidery all over it.
I mean, that thing, I have seen it. I've seen one similar to it and not as large for, hundreds of dollars. And I paid $60.
Yes.
For that. I used to have it hanging on the wall all the time, but P moved in and...
Wall space became less.
Storage.
Yeah, it's kind of...
That's where all the art supplies are now.
Hang it over the top of them. I just love that turquoise.
I know. It turned out really well. So that was 3 different colors on that background. And blue was not in the prompts, but, we're kind of taking it as the prompts are not law.
Or suggestions.
And, you can't do New Mexico.
That's pretty nifty what you did with that flower. I didn't know you did that.
Well, I kept trying to tell you that's what I was doing. I was like, isn't that cool with the depth? So... Once I cut it out, because I had to move it around, and then this is when I reappropriated. Is that right?
Yes, you rescued the flower.
Yes. I felt a little bad about it because she had it taped down like on one of her cards, but let's be real, people. She's making 20 million cards a day.
Oh, hey, I have a new stack up there today. We're doing orbs today.
So it's not like it's not precious art.
Yeah, and she forgets about it.
Yeah.
So
now she sees the flower on there.
She may recall.
Yeah.
But you can just say, well, what'd you do with yours?
Yeah. Be like, I printed out another one. That's parenting. Lie to your children. I'm sure that's what P did with me. Quite positive.
Well, look at what
But look at how well that turned out there. I needed both.
I told you that from the get-go.
And then I even came back in. Oh, so what I had done to it, because I printed it out on photo paper. I'm testing these things out. P doesn't, she's not so crazy about it with the photo prints. But I like that glossy, but then it needed to be toned down. So I came in with the Tim Holtz picket fence, which tell you what, man, we could never be without that.
If they stop making that, we're going to have to write the company and say, we're going to boycott the rest of your products if you don't bring that back in.
We really like it.
I'm not a sprayer
I'm a sprayer.
Mariah's a sprayer, but every now and then I will grab that stuff when I've, gone overboard on a color.
Yeah, that's what it really comes. See, now that's my little beer definition. And what was so cool is it had orange and kind of yellows and stuff. So I think the ladies, Martha and I can't remember. It's Beans and Toast. Beans and Toast from Instagram. But they had done a little work on it, like some roller off or prayer.
I know. I'm going to, roll offs. I'm going to go through my happy mail again the next time and see if there's something we can add.
Just coming in with my
little bits
edge
of
work
here.
There. I didn't want to do that piece until I was for sure that the flower and everything had been glued down. So, I mean, there were all kinds of things in here.
Well, if you've got chalk markers on there, you definitely need to Mod Podge this page.
Those were only the acrylics.
Oh.
I didn't bring in the chalk markers. And then I couldn't decide. This is where I was trying to kind of figure out, all right, I wanted to bring those in because, again, the last thing, like, on the prompts was to bring in either newsprint or print, you know, something cut from print. And I didn't know if I wanted to make that front and center, but it really, there was enough there. And then that's one of the reasons I love having that pocket. And there was just kind of some garbledygoo at the bottom of the camel thing. It tells you about how the blend, and it's so funny because it's a spice blend, which I felt was very New Mexico-y, like just in the description of that particular cigarette. So I kept most of the wording, and then there was just some, you know, call this blah 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 at the end. I ended up covering that up. But I love that on the back of the little postcard because it's kind of like, it's like a double-sided postcard. Now what would have been really cute is if I would have written on, like if I would have made it like a postcard on the back side, and then we could have written all of our, had a great time, we did
that
this,
would have been
this,
brilliant. Why didn't you do that? You
Well,
didn't think about it till...
I'd
we
already
needed some
stuck
place
the
to...
other things.
Oh. Well, that, you know, we could write little things in the margins.
We can make another postcard.
We can.
There's a pocket there.
Absolutely. And we can put some pictures in there, too.
Yes.
We'll update you, you know. There's my list.
There's the list of, like,
written
things.
on tissue shoe packing paper.
And
Say
so
that
I was
really
trying,
fast.
if you would have made it that much smaller, I actually could have glued it to the back of the Camel cigarette thing, but...
You did not give me...
Well, I didn't know.
Oh. Well, I certainly didn't.
It was an absolute miracle that I knew exactly where... Oh, that's because we organized. Yeah, I'm throwing that in there. That's my passive aggressiveness right there. And see, I even ended up using these little bits. That's what I covered up the kind of stupid stuff on the end. Sorry, I kind of got blown out there with the light.
Shiny stuff tends to do that.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting low on glue.
I know. It's your turn.
Are you sure?
Yep. I ordered that last one. But I could probably... You did buy the Lindy's.
I ordered some... Yeah, I did. And I ordered some teal golden paint. And let me tell you what. Talk about somebody's proud of something.
Hey, and if you're interested in any of the stuff, all of the products that we use, we do have... I'll drop a link below to our blog where we have commonly used products and why. We tell you why we use them. So, that's fun stuff.
Yes, I don't love the price of golden, but I'll tell you what.
I haven't listed any of the paints. You need to get me a full list of your favorites. I think I'm even going to do a separate blog post just for that. All right, we've finished up here. See, look at that. You can even take it in and out. I made it so you could stuff little things there. The little postcard from birthday.
Funny.
And there you have it.
There you have it.
Week 3, Carrie's prompts. Thank you guys for watching. If you've liked the video, please, take the time, and this would be the opportunity to do that down below. Right there, you just click it and you say, like this video, and then you go over there and you let us know in the comments. This is awesome. And then you subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and ring that bell.
And don't forget to ring the bell.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.